Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds.
Hey everybody, this is Evan and John, and you're listening to the Boomer and X Show.
All right,
Hey,
hello everybody.
dude. So I did I have this headset where you can adjust the volume,
hmm
and I adjust the volume down and started talking, thinking I had turned the music down, but I really hadn't. It was still blaring. I have to turn it down on the computer, not in my just headset. So that was pretty funny. I had to say it a couple times before I realized I wasn't being recorded.
Uh,
So we're back. This is
we are back, and if you're following along, we have you've listened to parts 1 and 2 of our
movie
greatest
rewatch list.
25 rewatchables.
Hey, you like how I did the parentheses over 25
I
for
knew it.
the
I knew you were making fun of me when I saw that.
yes, I
I knew it.
was.
I thought, why did he put 25 in quotes? Oh, okay, because my 25 has 80
Yeah,
entries in. Okay.
we call it 25, but it's not really 25. So yeah, that was that. I mean, that I had a blast doing it, and so this part of it is going to be the summer blockbusters, and that's mostly Neff because we've only seen together Wonder Woman, right?
Yes, we
Uh,
saw that together, and that's the only one we've seen added together.
yep. So
Yeah, so that was the previous, and now Neff, again, like you said, is mostly going to bring us up to speed on what has just recently come out and what is coming out. But so the show takes a different direction at this point, but still stays along the topic of movies.
and the next, so I mean, we're after we record this, we're going to do a mock draft because guess what?
Fantasy football's
Football
coming.
is back, and so that's what we're gonna
Oh,
most
well, and let's
likely.
let's mention to those of our listeners that hang around for our sports mostly in the autumn. We year before last we did a fantasy where you and I teamed up. This
Yes.
year we are getting in on our work league, and you and I again are working as a team.
Yep.
So we will follow that along as we go through the football season, discussing our moves and our strategies.
Uh, but we have some listeners that are gonna be listening for the sole purpose because they're also what do you call it?
Competitors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're enemies, so we can't divulge too much.
And anything will be after the fact.
Yeah, that's how we do it. We'll talk
Yeah,
about strategy last week.
right.
That's from
Right.
our last week's strategy, not what's coming up.
Yep.
You know who we're talking to. You.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you. Y'all. So, without further ado, this is part 3 of episode 60. Hope y'all like it.
Enjoy it.
All right,
So
so you
that
haven't
was
seen anything, have
very
you?
enjoyable. That was very enjoyable conversation about most watchable movies. Obviously, the three of us have very different opinions on some of them, but we had some commonalities as well, and that's not surprising.
But isn't it cool that we have such different tastes? That we would globally say we have differing tastes, and then there's
Yep.
a handful of movie on each of our lists that must just be that good of movies.
It must be that good because
They
right, they
we
they
all
made
like.
all of our lists. Yeah. And Evan, Jaws, did Jaws make yours?
Yeah, it did.
And Airplane made all three, right?
No, I didn't. I'd
Mm,
forgotten about it.
okay. But yeah, there are.
But yes, I mean it's an honorable mention on my list for sure.
But yeah, Jaws wasn't on the Jaws was not on the 538 list.
While the 538 people are stupid.
Jaws wasn't
Yeah,
on that list?
I don't think so. I'm looking at it again,
Huh.
and I don't see it on here. But yeah, it was my number one. So, uh, But yeah, very enjoyable. And I figured it would be. As soon as I saw the list, I immediately thought podcast. I absolutely did. As soon as I saw this, I thought, well, we got to get Neff on, and we have to talk about this on the podcast. When I saw it, I was actually on vacation up in Michigan. I don't know, Neff, have I ever mentioned to you that I vacation in Michigan every year for the 4th?
No. I was
I've got
like,
some
why would
friends
you vacation in Michigan? Although I thought there were some very pretty parts to Michigan.
I have some friends up there, and they live right on the shore of Lake Michigan. And we went fishing one day, and I caught an 18-pound king salmon.
Nice.
Took me over 20 minutes to get that fish in. The guide said they had 360 yards of line out when that fish hit.
Wow.
So it was a lot of fun. Anyway, I was up there a week before last and having a blast. But so you guys want to hit some summer blockbusters now? I know Evan and I have seen Wonder Woman because we saw it together, and that's the only summer blockbuster I've seen.
Well, I thought I try when I do these to go in chronological order.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
And how was it?
Did you see the first one?
I did. Yes. I
Did you
didn't
like
see it
it?
in the theater, but I did see it.
Did you like it?
Again, it's not my thing. I enjoyed the movie. I want to watch it again and give it a chance to impress me. I will give it another chance.
I like the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the first one as much as everybody else does.
Okay.
Kurt Russell is in Guardians 2. So it gets an automatic bonus point for me because I love Kurt Russell.
Is he a bad guy?
I'm not supposed to say that.
Okay. All right.
That's a yes.
Well, okay.
They do. Now, they go back in time. They show him meeting a girl on Earth in the 70s. And he looks just like he did in Escape from New York. Between computer and makeup, they did full makeup on him. They make him look like he did dead center of Snake Plissken in Escape from New York.
Okay.
Which was really cool to watch.
Mm-hmm.
The movie, I thought it tried too hard. Now, kids, like my students, loved it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people in their 20s loved it. They're like, oh, it's so funny. It was so funny. To me, it was like throwing mashed potatoes against the wall. They threw tons and tons of jokes out there, hoping that some of them would stick.
Okay.
Some were funny. Most were not. To me.
Right.
Probably the funniest joke was in the trailers. The big guy laughs at this one joke.
Mm-hmm.
He laughs a lot in this movie. His laugh is amusing to me, and so that part was fun. Not necessarily the jokes though.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked it. I didn't love it.
You didn't like it. You didn't like it as much as the first one.
No, probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. When did the movie Life come out? Can you look that? Oh, I'll look it up.
The movie Life?
Yes.
Like
with Eddie Murphy?
No, there was a new one. It came out in March, so I guess it doesn't count, does it?
Had Ryan Reynolds? Yeah, March counts.
Okay.
Where they try and keep that alien from coming to Earth?
Yes, Ryan Reynolds,
yeah.
Jay Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
That was a surprising movie. It wasn't a great movie, but it surprised me. The ending of it surprised me. I didn't think they had the guts to do it. If we're going back to March, then we have to talk about Logan.
Yeah.
All right.
What about Kong?
My gosh.
Kong Skull Island? Did you watch that?
Oh!
That was
Okay. I don't like King Kong. I think those movies are terrible. I think the whole concept of them has been terrible, and that's why I didn't like Lost World, because it basically was King Kong, but with T-Rexes instead of Kong. I just don't like the concept. I hate it. Kong Skull Island was so good. legitimately, I know you're sitting there going, really? Really, Neff? Really? No, I'm telling you.
No, I
It
want to
takes
see it.
all.
I haven't seen it yet.
Look, John Goodman and Samuel Jackson are not going to be in a movie together that is garbage.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it is not. It is surprising. It is impressive. It is well done. It is well written. And there's a surprise twist to it that shocked me. And that's that Kong is not necessarily the bad guy.
No.
He is in the movies.
Well, in most of the movies, he is.
Well, basically, the bad guy's the human.
When they get him to New York, he's the bad guy. But when they get him
Right.
on the island, he was always the good guy.
He was benevolent. Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, you watch that movie, you'd be surprised. Any of you are out there that doesn't agree with me, I'd like to hear from you because that movie impressed me. I was very shocked. I came out of that movie impressed. A guy took me and a guy that was staying with me and my daughter and a bunch of other people. He paid for us all to go see it in the IMAX in 3D. And it was impressive. And then he took us all out to dinner. It must have been a $1,000 meal. Absolutely incredible evening, but the movie was really good.
How many people were in on this?
12.
Where did y'all eat?
Superior Steakhouse is the name of the restaurant.
In Shreveport?
Yes,
Is that on Line Avenue?
I believe so. Not Superior Bar and Grill.
Okay, that's right. That's on Line Avenue.
Superior Steakhouse has free valet parking because they're going to get it on the inside.
Where is it?
It is off of Line.
Okay.
Actually. As we've got I guess I need to call them and get some money out of them now because we just got a free advertising.
Yeah.
What did you have?
Everything.
Yeah, because I'm just fascinated by $1,000 meal.
I had a $42 steak.
Was it that good?
It was about a $29.95 steak. I wouldn't go $39.95, but it was really good. One of the guys had surf and turf. He ordered appetizers all up and down the table, and then when they brought him, they handed him the menu, the dessert menu, and said, "Would you like a dessert?" And they handed him the menu, and he looked at it, and it was a bifold, and he looks at both sides, and he goes, "Yes, that will do nicely," and hands it back to him and says, "One of everything, please."
Wow.
And we round robined all that.
Nice.
It was. I think between the movie and the dinner, it was about $1,000 evening.
Wow.
So
Well,
you said Logan?
And then the next movie is Logan. Most everybody knows that this is a sequel to all of the X-Men movies.
But
and
they
they
fixed the
said it.
storyline.
Well, they fixed the storyline in the last movie, so it doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
what I really like about this movie is that it is the last one to have Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart in those roles.
Yeah.
Period. End of the story. However, they set it 20 years down the road, 20 or 30 years in the future. So they could make any number of movies
In that time
in
span.
in that time span that with different actors that fill that gap.
Mm-hmm.
And so it doesn't hurt any continuity or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this movie is really hard to watch. It's hardcore. It's not easy to watch. Logan is old. Patrick Stewart's character's old. Professor X. They're going through the fact that they've aged. And watching Patrick Stewart, who has been in my life since Dune in 1982 or 3. You just got to understand, I've always loved the actor Patrick Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, he was in Star Trek, and I loved him. Now, all that. Patrick Stewart's always been there. To watch him be senile was very hard for me. Because I've known him since the 80s. And, I know that he's just an actor that doesn't know me from Adam.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been in my life for 30 years. And watching him be that old and haggard was sad to me. It was very hard to watch. Logan was the same way. I mean, it hurt for him to walk because the metal that's in his body weighs him down and stuff. And it's a neat take on these two characters. And then what goes through transpires and stuff, and the ending is rough. that was a very impressive movie to me. It was hard to watch. I'll probably watch it again, but it'll be a while just because I felt like I'd fought with them.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard. What else did we see this summer? I mean, what else came out? I don't like Pirates of the Caribbean, so I have not seen Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm not a fan of that franchise at all.
Did you saw any of them ever?
I saw the first 3, and the
Okay.
fourth one I almost walked out of the theater on and couldn't go back.
Let me
And
go
I've never
down
gone
the
back to the
list.
movies.
We got Power Rangers. Did you see that?
No. Oh, I've got a list here. Alien
Okay.
Covenant. I saw the new Alien Covenant. It is the first Alien was made by Ridley Scott.
Uh-huh.
He has come back and he has said that he is making a trilogy of Alien prequel movies, a prequel to the Sigourney Weaver Alien. And the first one was Prometheus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Which-
saw that.
Yeah, which I hated when I first saw it, and it's grown on me. I've seen it 2 or 3 times since, and I've liked it more. Alien Covenant was a direct sequel to Prometheus. The ending of it really made me mad, but the movie was really good leading up to the ending.
Well, Prometheus, they found the creators of humankind, right? Is that?
Yes.
And so Alien is the prequel to that. So I guess the aliens are in Prometheus. They had made some kind of, I guess that was some kind of militarized zone that they. I guess Alien is what happened to Prometheus. Is that how they do it?
Not exactly. Alien, the movie Alien, they just came across a ship that had xenomorphs that had killed all the crew on the ship.
Yeah.
And the crew on that ship were the world builders. They're the people that went across the galaxy seeding the planets.
Yeah.
And one of the planets they seeded was Earth in its primordial days. They were the creators, the world builders. You find out in Alien Covenant that they also built the xenomorphs too, kind of. It's a neat movie. It's got some good stuff in it. It's not great. It's good. One of the things you'll learn about watching Ridley Scott movies, they all kind of have the same slow burn to them.
Yeah.
Like the original Alien is
Yep.
very much like his stuff. It's good, but it's never gonna. It's gonna keep you on the edge of your seat. It's not gonna make you jump. It's not. I mean, it's not. It's not like the next one I saw, which was Wonder Woman, which to me is the slam dunk, hands down, the best movie of the summer. Period.
Yeah. I hadn't seen any of those that you said, but I agree with you.
Oh
it
my
was that good of a
gosh.
movie.
Chris Pine is in his element, and I am loving every minute of him right now. He has made me happy as a movie viewer because I have just enjoyed him. He doesn't get too much, and to overshadow her, and he's not pushed to the side and as a putz.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah,
a good. I just
I
like
agree.
him.
I agree with that. There's good balance there with she's definitely, it's definitely her show, but his character it doesn't get lost in the shuffle.
No, agreed. And hers wouldn't work without him.
Nuh-uh.
Right? Yeah. The back and forth between those two is really good. And I just thought she was terrific. Just in general. Just
Oh God, she has the coolest story, but she's been getting dogged, and I don't understand why. Gal Gadot. I don't understand why they dog on her so hard, but I like her a lot.
She was in, they were
Who dogs on
secret
her?
agents.
There's a lot of people that dog on her as an actress.
isn't she Israeli?
She's not just Israeli. She was in the Israeli army.
Golly.
She is a spy from the Israeli army and became a model.
No shit.
No shit. And it got noticed.
Talk about Wonder Woman.
Look, when I found that out, I was like, all right, you gave the right role to the right person.
Man,
'Cause
no
I think
kidding.
that is awesome. Her first movie was Fast and Furious
Really?
in 2009. Yeah.
So a spy and a model. I'm sorry, I have to linger on that for a minute. I believe I just fell in love again.
I'm pretty sure that. I mean, I
Wow.
know she was that.
That's amazing.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that movie, and she was pregnant while she was shooting Wonder Woman.
No.
Yep.
Dang.
Wow.
How old do you think she is?
I couldn't guess. I'm gonna.
35.
Well, I wasn't gonna. I mean, since this is her third career, I'm gonna put her in her
I'd put her
mid 30s.
I'd say 30.
She's 35.
35, mid 30s. How about that?
Gal Gadot is an Israeli actress, singer, martial artist, and model.
Wow.
She was born to a Jewish family. Her parents are teacher, engineer. She was in the Israeli Defense Force for 2 years and then won Miss Israel title in 2004.
Oh, and she won Miss Israel.
She began modeling in the late 2000s and made her film debut in the 4th film of the Fast and Furious franchise. Her role was expanded in the sequels, in which her character was romantically linked to Sung Kang. In the film, she performs her own stunts.
Pregnant.
No, that was in the Fast and Furious movies. In 2013, she was in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. She was cast in that.
Right.
And then they made she received swordsmanship, kung fu kickboxing, capoeira, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu training in prep for the role. As a result, her performance as a superhero, which is the first time for the character on film, was hailed as one of the best parts of the otherwise poorly received film, which I don't agree with at all.
Which one are they talking about otherwise poorly received?
Wonder Woman.
Okay. Yeah, I
mean, No, I'm sorry. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was poorly received.
Good. It was poorly received. I went back and watched it again the other day. I like it. I don't care what to say. The film is part of the DC Extended Universe. Gadot plays the role again in the solo film Wonder Woman, which was received very positively. And then she'll be in Justice League, which comes out at Christmas, I think.
I may go see that.
Yeah.
I may go see that in Christmas. Just if I can tear myself away from It's a Wonderful Life or Christmas Story or Scrooged or any of those.
Well, they have to do Aquaman first,
just
right?
to see her.
No.
They don't. They're not doing Aquaman
Justice
first?
League comes out this Christmas, yeah.
So is Aquaman not in it, or they just?
Yeah, Aquaman's in it, but he doesn't get his own movie
just
yet. I don't
skipping
think.
his origin story first.
Thank God. It's Aquaman.
They're making an Aquaman movie though.
It comes out next year.
Yeah. Jason,
I know they're making it. It's got Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
It comes out in December of 2018.
Good stuff.
And Justice League comes out November of this year.
I just assumed they were going to do like how they did with Avengers, where all of the Avengers got their own movie before they, did the.
No, they're trying to just force it and jump in there and get going. It's basically, come on, we got to get this thing going, and we've got to figure out how Superman's going to come back. He's got to come back. I did go see The Mummy.
Really?
I did.
Is this? I want to. Is this just kind of a remake of the 1999 The Mummy or
no?
Okay.
No. All right. Universal Pictures has come out and said they want to revive all the old dark horror movies that Universal owns. They own The Mummy, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein. All those are.
So we're talking about from the black
Universal
and white
properties.
days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The Mummy was the one they chose to do first, which Tom Cruise, and he runs into a guy that's played by Russell Crowe in this movie whose name is Dr. Jekyll.
Really?
Yes. And we're introduced to that character and his other half. When asked, the movie makers said they could not have Brendan Fraser in this movie because it was set in modern day, and Brendan Fraser was in the 30s in the same universe.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same universe years later. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, the big book that they have, the Book of Amun-Ra, in the first
Mhm.
movie that they have to put the key in? It falls off a shelf and hits Tom Cruise in the face.
Okay.
Or somebody or something like that. I remember seeing it going, oh, look, there's the book. I thought it was just an Easter egg, but it's not. It was put in there directly because this is all in the same universe. And they're trying to build a dark universal universe is what it's called, or something like that. The dark properties.
Mm-hmm.
And The Mummy was so poorly received, they're going to move forward with it. But this movie didn't do very well at all, so I'm not sure it will get all the way to fruition that they'll see.
And that's surprising because anytime you put Cruise in something, it's bringing in some money.
No, I will disagree with that. Anytime you put Cruise in something called Mission Impossible, it makes money.
That's true.
He has not had big hits outside that franchise in a long time.
You know what I watched this afternoon before we did this that I really like? The Firm.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I prefer Pelican Brief, but The Firm is good. The Firm is good.
Yeah.
This was supposed to launch Universal's new cinematic monster universe of classic creature films, supposed to have Dracula, Frankenstein, The Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein, and Von Helsing all in this same world.
Mm-hmm.
And it was supposed to center around this group that Dr. Jekyll was a part of. Anyway, I liked it. I didn't love it. It was predictable. I was not happy with the fact that it was so predictable. Dr. Jekyll threw me off.
Just the fact that was his name?
That it was him.
Yeah.
I mean, he does hide out. You get to see Mr. Hyde, too.
Really?
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
So are they branching? Are they going to try and make that another movie? And that's kind of his
Supposed to.
role.
Well, his role as Dr. Hyde is they're trying to get they're basically, he's head of an organization that's trying to get things like the Book of Amun-Ra and the Mummy and these things off of the street.
Kind of like Warehouse 13.
It's exactly like Warehouse 13. And my daughter, who is a huge Warehouse 13 fan, looked at me and said, "This is just like Warehouse 13." I was like, "You're right." So good call on that. I did not get to see Cars 3 yet. I actually want to see that. I'm not an animated film person, but I want to see it. It looks good.
Yeah.
47 Meters Down is another one that I have not gotten to see, and I want to. I didn't get there.
What is that about?
47 Meters Down is about these two women that are in a shark cage underneath a boat, and the sharks bite the rope holding the cage, and it falls 47 meters down, and they don't have but like 32 minutes of air.
Yeah.
And the sharks are massive.
And they're like dropping them air and stuff, but they can't come up.
Right. And
they can't just swim up because
they can't swim up because the sharks are swarming.
Yeah.
Right.
They can't get anything down to them to pick it up. And it looks suspenseful. I thought it looked fun. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know how much I would read into it, but they say it's the new Jaws. So.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking about Richard Dreyfuss going into the water in that shark cage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that too. It's like basically they expanded that scene.
Yeah. And Robert Shaw on the boat. Cage is in the water. You're in the cage. Shark's in the water. Our shark. Farewell, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like...
Right? I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'll scuba dive. I want to. I'm going to Cayman Islands this summer, but not next summer, but nope, not doing that. Not in the shark area like that. I did go see Transformers the last night.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize it had come out yet.
Yeah.
And?
I love the first Transformers.
Yeah.
Like it's a really good movie to me. I've seen it a lot. I like it.
Is this the last one?
No. It gets muddy in continuity between the next movies, and I don't care for the next movies at all. I'm not a big sequel fan. I like the first one.
Yeah, me too.
I don't like any of the sequels. This was the best one since the first one because, first off, I ignore all the other ones except the first one because the only one I can remember is details from the first one. So I don't get mad at the continuity errors that's in all these others. I don't care because I don't remember them and I don't want to, don't care about them, period, done. The other thing is I have accepted the fact that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there are superheroes. In the DC Cinematic Universe, there are superheroes. In the Transformer Cinematic Universe, there are Transformers. and there have been for a long, long time. And now we're finding out how. I'm not to say that they weren't
'cause they were like
Yeah,
around
they
for a
were
long time. Yeah.
right. And the last night is in reference to the fact that Merlin was not a wizard. Merlin found the Transformers vessel, and they gave him a staff that was
Wow, that
their
goes in the
technology. And their technology embedded itself to his DNA, and so only his descendants could use that staff from then on out, which made him look like a magician. But no other human could touch it and make it work. So, and he was able to call upon the Transformers with that staff, and they combined into, it was 7, and they combined together to a dragon and helped slay the enemy.
Oh, cool.
And that is the story of Merlin and why he was who he was. And then the knights that were the 7 Transformers that made the dragon joined King Arthur and his court, and the round table was actually a slab from Cybertron.
Sweet.
Which, if you're a nerd, it's really cool to geek out on. If you're not a nerd, you're just sitting there rolling your eyes going, well, that's just technobabble, blah, 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 blah. I enjoyed it. It's very Michael Bay. But it's a little better. But, I mean, where else do you get to see Anthony Hopkins get hit by an explosive device and he goes flying through the air? I mean, come on. Yeah, that was fun. And then what else have I seen? That Transformers is my daughter's thing, and she really likes it. Oh, and I went to go see. We saw Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
Spider-Man was
last weekend.
It's exactly what you would expect from Spider-Man. It's got lots of quips. It's fun. It's cute. He's younger. He's only 15 now, finally. And
It's the same one from.
Yep.
Yeah. Civil War.
Yes. In fact, it starts with his scene in the Civil War from his perspective. Because he turns his phone on to record it, and he goes flying around, and you can hear him and see it off in the distance and stuff. It's pretty cool. The movie is funny. It's good. It's a little cutesier. I prefer Wonder Woman style, but it was good. All my friends were like, "Oh, you're crazy. That was awesome." Ah! And I'm like, "Okay, it was good. It was good. It wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good." But Tony Stark is in it in his original Iron Man form, and it makes me long for more Iron Man again, where he's not such a jerk like he has been in the last couple of movies.
Yeah.
And that is the last of what I've seen out. The next of which I will be visiting War for the Planet of the Apes and Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets and Dunkirk. Those are the last 3 that I can tell you for sure I'll be seeing.
So when we reconvene sometime between now and the end of the year, you will have seen those.
I will have seen those before the end of July.
I know, but we
Yes. I understand. We have enough material here. You'll be listening to this summer release in, what, November now?
yeah. Yeah, we'll do. I guess they, when they do these series of commercials like these 2 schmucks that have been advertising Sonic for the past 73 years on my TV.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if they shot all of these, in a span of a few months, and they're just putting them out over decades or what. But yeah, we'll put this out over a span of time. Partly because I don't think Evan or I, either one, have the time to sit and edit this whole thing at once.
Oh, I'll just get one of my interns on it.
Right. But yeah, that's where I am.
Actually, I kind of like this. That obviously there's editing and descriptions that need to be done, but I mean we've got probably 3 episodes here.
Well, I am honored that I could have been a part of it.
Well, I immediately thought of you when I saw that list. I thought this will be fun. because we all watch movies over and over. I think it's more of a guy thing than a gal thing, but
Well,
obviously it's not exclusive.
Yeah, it's because the Notebook and Fried Green Tomatoes and Still Magnolias. If those three are on, we're watching it, and it's because Katie's making me.
I
Well,
like all three
I
of
don't
those.
know that. What was the first one? Because
The
Fried Green
Notebook.
Tomatoes. Oh, The Notebook. All right, look, I can't watch that. It's too sad. Throw that out.
Yeah.
I won't watch that very
Fried
often.
Green Tomatoes and
Fried Green Tomatoes. Look, I'm sorry, but I still quote that movie. Face it, ladies. I'm older and I got more
I
insurance.
got better insurance.
I like that movie.
I like that movie too. And Still Magnolias. I mean, you can't go wrong watching Mr. Brent dancing.
Yeah. We I forgot about that.
Oh no, I'll never forget Mr. Brent dancing. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then I get, Miss Tate was in that. She was my boss for a little while. So there's a lot to that because it was filmed in Natchitoches.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool stuff in that movie nostalgically, but I've always liked that movie.
All right. I guess this is we could do an outro, John, or
Yeah.
do that now.
Sure. Whatever you think's best. You're the man.
I'm the man.
You're the man with a plan, dude.
So yeah, obviously we are going to.
Don't forget to say Real Man Reviews in there somewhere because one of these days I will fire it back up.
You say it right now. Give us a pitch.
Well, thanks again, guys, for having me on. As always, it's fun. Since Real Man Reviews has been on hiatus, it'll be coming back very soon, actually. But I've just been super happy to be able to join y'all for these few episodes and talk some movies because I've been missing it. But y'all need to look out there if you enjoyed this. We talk movies, and it's funny y'all invited me on because usually what we do is lists. We do our top 5 lists of this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And that's what Real Man Reviews has been about. So
Well, consider this your
back.
home away from home until you guys get up and running again.
Well, I appreciate it, and even if it is a home away from home until we get going, I be happy to come back anytime, even when we're in full swing. So, and when we do get back going again, we're gonna have to have y'all on.
Oh yeah,
Good.
that'd be fun.
Sounds good.
Well, John,
So,
this was an awesome one. I guess we'll use this outro for all 3 of them, since we're gonna make 3 episodes apparently out of this. But what we'll do is we'll put this at the end of every episode and kind of just leave you a little teaser for what's coming next. What you think?
Yeah, that sounds good.
sounds fun. I hope I didn't ramble too much.
No,
We all rambled. That's why we have 3 episodes. But that's good. That's what we wanted. It's boring to just read down a list. We wanted to have a conversation, and that's what we did.
Yep. Well, thanks y'all for listening. Y'all take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for having me.